Hey, my name's Josh, and this is my 40-foot commercial bus conversion. I moved into it 3 years ago, and I've been living in it ever since. Yeah, it's been an adventure. Yeah, one of the reasons I got this bus is because it has so much storage. I can literally fit 6 quads in here. And so actually I keep all the tools I need to build a whole house off-grid using the bus. So this is one of the luggage bays, and there's 2 more. So I power this, well, when I'm plugged in, it just plugs in, but I also have a 3,000 watt inverter, and I've got 900 watts of solar on the roof. And so actually off grid, this bus will pretty much run 24/7. I don't even need to recharge unless I'm using like the AC for a few days in a row. So for the house, I have 6 amps wired in parallel and series to get 12 out of it. And then I have a solar charge converter, charge them with the solar panels. And then also the bus has 4 12 volts to run the engine. So I live in a bus because I love adventure, I love travel. I wanted to be able to move freely, and I think the original idea was that I never wanted to turn around. You always go to these places and then you got to come back. So I wanted to get rid of that part of the equation and never have to go back anywhere. My house is with me, all my stuff's with me. So come on in, man. This is the bus. 5-speed stick. It's got a 16-liter engine. It's an adventure to drive, that's for sure. Well, it's a 5-speed standard. And so for a vehicle that weighs 60,000 pounds, that's actually really difficult because you have to nail the gear. If you miss it, you almost have to stop and start over. It'd be way easier with an 18-speed. Yeah, and then this is my very first big commercial rig, so it was a challenge just figuring out how to go down hills and corners. So when I bought this bus, it had all 50 seats in it. Just your standard tour bus going down the highway. And so ripped them all out, ripped out the floor. I wanted to keep a lot of the existing stuff. Like these are perfect luggage bays for my stuff. There was no sense in rebuilding them. And then I tried maintaining all the existing lights and little things like this. So I redid the ceiling, redid the floor. Oh, I also kept the existing HVAC system in the bus. So that ended up being a bit of a challenge down the road, just cutting all around it, but it's got a really great layout. Yeah, so this is my living room. The couch turns into a bed. Half the window is butterfly open. Yeah, this one's broken, but. So actually, if I need some airflow, I can just crack half the windows open. So the cost of the bus this bus was, it's fairly reasonable. I think it was around $10,000 for just the bus, and that included all the seats, nothing done to it. Thankfully, everything worked pretty well. And then I put about $60,000 in to it in terms of fixtures and materials. I pretty much built everything myself. I put in every single screw and wire and whatnot. And I think it took about 7 or 8 months of work. It took longer, but I, of course, took off the winter because it's kind of miserable working in a foot of snow. Also, one of the challenges with the bus is just keeping it cool or keeping it hot. So these shades really help. They almost double the thickness of the wall, and they were kind of crucial to how the bus functions. It's just been the summer, so I've had to insulate all the front windows there, or else it gets up to 50 degrees in here without that stuff. Yeah, this is the kitchen. I used to live in a pretty decent house, so I wanted something that was kind of really nice. And yeah, gas stove, on-demand water heater. I really like, no water tank, so that works out. I got my mini oven here, and honestly, it works just fine. One of the things I love about the kitchen is that everything is just a turn away. You know, all my tools are right here. This is kind of like my pantry up here. And yeah, everything's within one step. So I kind of love that. So the fridge, I just got an apartment-sized fridge. It strictly works off 120. It doesn't do gas or anything. I just heard a lot that a lot of people have trouble with the gas fridges. So I figured for 500 bucks, if there's an issue, I can just throw it away, grab a new one, not dick around. So I really like clean water, so I put in a water filtration system, and that way I can just suck water out of a creek. It gets filtered, fills the tank. I don't even need to go fill up anywhere if I don't want to. Oh, and then I guess this is kind of cool. Here's the glass rack. So I came up with a couple different ways here. On a lot of this stuff, I got these locking things. And then on the drawers, I got these latches, and they were great. No complaints about those. On these, I use marine handles, so they're locked all the time. It's a great solution. Building this bus out was pretty fun. I used to build houses, and I can do anything to a vehicle or boat, so I kind of know how 12-volt systems and AC systems and plumbing systems and HVAC systems and all that are put together. The challenges were cutting everything to the bus. I always tell people next time I'd just buy a square semi and go with that, because it could shave months off the time frame. Actually, I can heat the bus 3 different ways. I have the diesel heater, which I've plumbed into the existing HVAC. And so it's kind of cool because it creates like a heat curtain up all the windows. So actually the whole wall is like the HVAC line. And then I have another AC heater heat pump hanging off the back there. And then also I can just plug in any little 120 volt heater. And the solar panels, they'll keep up with that for a couple days. Yeah. But the diesel heater, the solar panels can keep up with for a couple weeks. It doesn't take a lot of power. It takes a bit, but not a lot. So living in the bus has been a huge learning curve. It's not all glamorous like you fantasize before you do it. There definitely was a lot of adventure in the beginning, but to travel around, it costs lots of money. And I've found in Canada here, it's not as easy as you might think to find spots to park freely and not get bothered. So, I mean, further on in my journey, it ended up being that I would just have to find campgrounds and find spots to rent. And then it's like, now I'm back in the system, so to speak. That the bus is so big. It's almost too big. It's hard. You can't just go down like a forest road. You got to strategically plan. All right, I know I can turn around up there. So what I thought would be a huge benefit in the beginning of being a huge bus ended up not being so beneficial. It ended up making things kind of harder, more expensive to do everything. I mean, luckily for me, I can repair a lot of things, but if I'm ever in a pinch, it's expensive to fix it and move on. So my water storage is actually under this couch here, and it's about 90 gallons. And for one person, that's good for about 10 days. Something like that. And then I have a gray tank and a black tank. Both are 50 gallons. So here's the tile shower back here. I like doing tile work, so I wanted a pretty cool shower. And it's really neat because I can have the huge window wide open if I like. I also put in 2 shower heads, kind of his and hers, so it's pretty decked out. And then here we got a bunk bed for my kids. A curtain kind of covers the whole thing, and so my kids get their own room. And then because I had the big family, I definitely wanted separate shower, bathroom. So this is the bathroom back here. So I used to build houses, so I kind of wanted a couple little cool features. I got the corner sink in here. I put the bidet in here for fun. Yeah, then this is kind of the wardrobe for the second room here. So full of clothes there. This is like where we store all our winter jackets. It's kind of dark right now. And then this is where I put the power center room. So here's the inverter, here's the AC panel, and the 12-volt panel, and the solar charge converter. Some advice I would give to some of you are start small and learn from other people that have done it. For me, I had a ton of experience in construction. I used to do a lot of contracting, so I was kind of ready for it. I'd also done carpentry, and I've pretty much done every trade actually. But if you haven't, it's going to be a frustrating journey for sure. So just follow the experts, copy them, don't do too many fancy things, and buy things as you need them. Don't stock up and then start working on it. Do it one step at a time. Get the materials, put them in, get the materials, put them in. Because the plan changed 100 times as I was building it. I had something in my head and I got pretty close to it. But just when you get to the installing part, all the details kind of change a little bit. I guess my doors are kind of cool. I don't know why I did this, just for fun. I wanted it to feel kind of like castle entrance to the bedroom here. Yeah. Yeah, and then here's the master bedroom. There's a lot of stuff in here. I got the washer dryer on the 120 volt. Here's kind of my closet. And then plenty more of these storage uppers. This happens to be the towel closet. This is our workstation. And well, sometimes I like sleeping kind of alone, so I made the beds so they roll together and separate. So you can kind of do either or. Only takes about a minute. And I wanted a sink in my bedroom. No particular reason, just so I didn't have to walk to the bathroom. And yeah, here's the AC and heat pump, and this keeps the whole bus pretty cool, pretty well. As long as all the blinds are down on a hot day, it works. Doesn't get too sweaty. So if we need some extra air, I try and sleep with it open a lot of time. I find that the carbon dioxide builds up a bit in the closed space, so I sleep way better with it open. And if I want, I can crack it all the way open, jump on the roof. My personal philosophy on life is chase your dreams. Chase your dreams hard. Don't let anybody get in the way. There's going to be naysayers for every single thing you want to do, so just follow your own dreams. Don't listen to anybody, pretty much.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend. Also, if you want to watch more alternative dwellings, we got a playlist popping up right here, and we release new episodes every single Sunday, so consider subscribing.